Hey YouTube, I'm back once again. I've got some more pickups to show you. This is what I've bought over the last, I guess, week or so. Firstly, I got a parcel on Saturday, which I've done an unboxing for. But just a quick look at this before we get on to the rest of the pickups. So I got from Amazon.com in America, The Last Starfighter. This has been the Arrow release. Unexpected, because I had actually cancelled this order, but for whatever reason it can't have gone through, because they still charged me and sent me it, and I was a bit shocked at first when I got the email to say that it was on its way, but now it's here. I'm over it. I'm really happy. One thing that I didn't see too well when I was unboxing it, because I left the plastic film on, this slipcover is absolutely beautiful. It was difficult to see and feel, for that matter, with the plastic wrap on it. But it's one of these very soft touch, almost velvety, rubbery type slipcovers. And it's just yeah, this camera really doesn't do it justice, but it's gorgeous. So yeah, The Last Starfighter. I adore this film. It's so good. I mentioned in the video that I was doing, the unboxing video, how dated it looked, and that's to do mostly with the special effects, CGI specifically. You know, it's 35-year-old CGI. It's very, very primitive now. Back then it was mind-blowing. It was incredible, but that doesn't detract from what is such a great story and a wonderful film. And I would recommend it if anyone hasn't seen it. Even if you don't buy this edition, give it a try. Also, during the week, I got another parcel from Pete Cahill. He'd contacted me and said he'd found a couple more DVDs that I might need. I didn't do an unboxing of this one because at the time I wasn't expecting, at least this week, I wasn't expecting, well no, in fact I wasn't expecting anything at all in the post, because I got these before I even knew that was still on order. So I opened these anyway. I'll show you what he sent me. So we've got another snapper case. This one being Analyze This, Robert De Niro. Another double-sided disc. Check that. Yeah, it's a dual aspect ratio. Forgot what I was talking about from one there. So it's got the widescreen and the full screen, obviously one on each side of the disc, which was I keep saying this, but it was a bit of a thing when these first came out. I suppose widescreen TVs at that point weren't the norm. A lot of people still had their 4x3s. Also, a super jewel case for the game, which I'm really happy about. I had no idea this. I've never seen this out in the wild, in a super jewel case. Again, another double-sided disc, and again, dual aspect ratio, 4x3 and 2.35. Well, yeah, 2.35 to 1. So awesome. And then this one I wasn't expecting, and I don't know where he keeps finding these, but he sent me another Devil's Double, sealed like the last one, obviously for the black case. At the moment I'm 3 short of filling at least what I need for now. There's obviously other titles that I don't have yet. With this one and 2 more that I got at the weekend, I've actually got those now. So yeah, it's really, really great. So Devil's Double. Where to next? Charity shops. These are in no particular order, but it won't take me 2 seconds. So one day last week, what day was it? It was the day I picked up my car, I think. Yeah, it was. It was the day I went to pick up my car from the garage. It was Wednesday, so I went down into Yarm because I haven't been to Yarm for such a long time. There's only 4 charity shops there, but sometimes there's a few good things. Anyway, one of them was shut. They're not opening. It's on the day opening 3rd of November, which is tomorrow. But then they'll be closed again on Thursday because of the lockdown. So whether they'll actually open or not, I don't know. But yeah, I found one of the charity shops that usually doesn't have, in Yarm at least, doesn't have any DVDs except for the kids ones. They're the only ones that they put out for some reason. They had a stack of Blu-rays, but at £2 each, so there's absolutely nothing there that I wanted to pay £2 for. They're all very common titles and ones that you could probably get in CX for less. So I passed. Further up though, I went into Oxfam. It says right on the label here, and they do their they're 99p each or 2 for £1. So for £1, I got Flight on Blu-ray, which I thought I actually had, but when I checked, I didn't. So I picked that up. And also Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2 on DVD, factory sealed, so 50p each. Can't go wrong with that. So on Thursday, I had another trip out because obviously I'd just got my car back the day before and I'd been without it for a few days. So I decided to go out to Thornaby. I've not been there for a while. There's only 3 charity shops there. There's no Poundland. There used to be Granger Games because they've been gone for a couple of years now. And I kind of struck out. I got a bunch of CDs at 3 for £1. I thought I got a DVD amongst them, but it's not here in front of me, and racking my brains, I can't think for the life of me what it was that I got. But one thing I did buy on the way back to the car, there's only a few market stalls, but one of the market stalls just has bric-a-brac and often has a pile of DVDs or CDs amongst the stuff. Nothing there that I really fancied, and I was talking to the guy for a few minutes, and I spotted on the other side of his stall something that I immediately knew exactly what they were, and I thought, that's something for eBay. And I said, how much? And he said, oh, give us £1. I said, are they just empty cases? I didn't say CD cases, I just said, are they empty cases? And he said, yeah. And I said, how much? He said, give me £1. So this is a brand new sealed box of 5, not box, but packet of 5 PlayStation 1 cases. Now these things are like gold dust. I don't know that they're particularly valuable, but for £1, and even if it cost me £3 or £4 postage, there's definitely some profit in that. And they seem to be, I mean, you can't see the top, but there's nothing there that suggests to me that they're broken or cracked. So yeah, I was really chuffed that I'd spotted those. So it wasn't a complete waste of a trip to Thornaby in the end. Like I say, I got some CDs, but as I normally do after being in Thornaby, I'll move on to Colbingham because it's I guess it's a progression. It's like the next place to go. It's in the same direction, and I don't generally do one without the other these days. I probably used to. I never used to go to Colbingham, but I realised that there's more stuff there than I expected. Although there's a couple of less charity shops than there used to be, but there's still 3 and a Poundland. And in Poundland, I found the Lego Movie. I have the 3D version of the Lego Movie, and I think I have the limited edition box with the Lego figure as well, which is up on the top there. And oh yes, there it is. I knew I had. But I've never seen this slip before. There's something rattling in there. Is there? Or maybe there isn't. Maybe it's just a disc. I've never seen this slip before. It looks like it's just the standard release inside. I had a look on Blu-ray.com, and according to them, this hasn't been released. It just comes up with no release date, which is odd. But they do have 3 others with a similar themed slipcover. Was it Lego Movie 2? I'm sure there was Lego Movie 2, Lego Ninjago, and Lego Batman. Again, one of those showing us no release date, and the other 2 are showing us been released back in 2017 or 2018. I can't remember now. So yeah, I thought, what the heck, I've not seen this one before, so I grabbed it. I also found a couple more James Bonds. Now this was a couple of days before the sad news that Sean Connery had passed. But once again, in Poundland, I also got Moonraker. One of these didn't scan. One of them scanned no problem, the other one, like previous times in the other Poundland, it just didn't scan. It came up, I guess, it wasn't self-service, but I guess it came up as unrecognised or something. Yeah, I heard the babe, she tried a couple of times, and I thought, oh, here we go again. And she just asked me to pass back one of the 2 that she'd already scanned, and just rescan that. And it was that simple. Why the others couldn't do it that way, I don't know. So yeah, a couple more James Bonds. Of course, like I said, sad news that Sean Connery passed away on Saturday, which makes me even more determined to find the rest of these now. I think this is 3 now I've got from this collection. I have mentioned before I have another collection of James Bonds. Actually, I've got 2. One's complete but not complete, because it's not complete because they didn't release any more titles in that set, and the other one isn't complete because I've only got 2 of those, but again, they were limited editions and they only released 5 or 6 titles in total with those slipcovers. So yeah, but again, a couple more for the collection. Also, while I was at Colby Newham, I looked through the charity shops, and Teesside Hospice, I had, I don't want to say an argument, but certainly a debate with their staff last time I was in there, that they have a sign up, they have a sign up that states DVDs are £3 for £1, and then in brackets underneath it says excludes items priced over £2. So that says to me, if I go by the word of the sign, anything that's £2 or less is included in that deal. So last time I wanted to buy some stuff, and there was items in there that were £2, and they were adamant that anything that was £2 was not included in the deal, and pointed over to the sign. So I was more than happy to inform them that that isn't what the sign says. The sign clearly states that anything over £2 is not included. Anyway, they wouldn't have it, so I ended up not getting them. But this time there was a small bunch of Blu-rays, maybe 8 or 9, and 3 of them had no prices on. The rest were priced at £2. I wasn't going to go into the same debate again, mainly because there was only one in there that I wanted, and that one didn't have a price on. So I walked over to the counter, which was literally 3 or 4 steps from where the DVDs are, and I asked, it was only a young guy, and I said, you got some Blu-rays there that are priced up and some that aren't? I said, is that because those ones are in the £3 for £1? And he says, oh no, all the Blu-rays are £2. And to pay £2 for this, I was actually happy anyway. There wasn't anything else that I wanted. So I got Rogue One with the slip. This is the original first release when it was first on Blu-ray. Obviously the 3D and the Steelbook came out at the same time. I have those. Actually, there was a big sleeve as well that came out more or less the same time. I have that as well. This, apart from the most recent release, is the last of the Rogue One's releases that I didn't have, I think. Obviously I've still yet to get that more recent release. Talking of which, on the radio this morning there was an advert stating that all Disney Blu-rays, Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar are all at 3 for £18. So I might have to look into that, because I've got a few of those of the Star Wars ones, of those new slips to grab that I didn't get last time, and also re-get the ones that I traded in a few weeks ago. So yeah, I know that Star Wars are not the last in this batch to add to the collection. Then British Heart Foundation. I was looking through and there wasn't really that much that caught my eye. So I decided to look through the 3 for £1. And the first thing that actually caught my eye was this. Nothing that I've ever heard of, but it was just the names on the cover that drew me to it. But it's Peter Cook, The Rise and Rise of Michael Rimmer. But you've also got Ronnie Corbett on there, and then there's even more on the back somewhere. So I thought 33p, nothing that I've heard of, but it's got to be worth a watch. And then I was struggling after that, to be fair, and I came across this. Now this is a film that when I saw it the first time, I couldn't get through it, and I tried again maybe a year or so later, and I still couldn't get through it. I just really didn't like it. This is Borat. Now they've released a second one of these. It's on Amazon, and the trailer looks actually really funny. So I thought, I've been thinking since I saw that, do I really need to revisit this movie? And I thought maybe I do. It's on Amazon, I can watch it on there. But I had a look on CX, and the Blu-ray that used to be 50p on CX is now £5. I'm not paying £5 for it. And then I spotted this. And initially I just picked it up, and something caught my eye. I was about to put it back. There's a sticker on the front there. It says this was exclusive to Virgin Megastore. Now this came out, I believe, in 2006. I didn't think Virgin Megastore was still going at that point. I thought they'd long shut down. But apparently not. They must have still been around. But this is, like I said, it's a limited edition by the looks of it. There's art cards inside. And one thing that really made me chuckle when I actually opened this, because I always check them in store to check the disc and whatnot. There's that little sticker on the front there. This is not a pirate copy. But then when you open it up, they've deliberately made the disc, apart from the ratings and all that stuff at the bottom, but they've deliberately made the disc look like a DVD-R, as if it is a pirate copy. That really made me chuckle. And then you've got these art cards inside. So I thought, what the heck? Again, 33p. I probably won't watch this. I'll watch the high definition version on Amazon. But there it is. It's just something that I thought was novel. Whether they, Virgin Megastore mean, but whether they did the Blu-ray edition of this as well with a slipcover, I'll have to have a look. 2000, if this did come out in 2006, that's when Blu-ray kind of hit the market. So it's very possible that initially there was no Blu-ray release for this, and maybe it came later, which means there's probably not a Blu-ray equivalent of this limited edition. But I will look into that. I haven't done as yet. And then the third one I got, a TV show that I used to love as a kid, cartoon, The Perils of Penelope Pitstop. This is the series volume 1. If it's anything like the Wacky Races, there's at least 3 volumes of that, which I own. So maybe there's more of these. But yeah, great cartoon. Used to love that. And that was it for that. Then moving forward on Friday, I was looking for something specific on CEX. And when I had a look in what stores it might be in, it came up as one that's only about 25 miles away from me, in Northallerton. So I thought, I can maybe spend some of my vouchers on that, which was the idea anyway. But the other thought was, let's see what else that they've got there. So I had a look through. I got myself a list. I thought, right, that's where we're going tomorrow. Got up nice and early, did a few chores and whatnot, and then jumped in the car. By the time I got there, the specific item that I wanted had gone. Somebody had bought it. But a couple of things that I had on my list were kind of, it just depends on if they're limited edition with the slipcover type of things. So the first thing, I guess, not the first thing, but the next thing that was on my list that I was intending on getting if it was the right edition, and it turned out it was, The Exorcist 3. This been obviously the Arrow release, but with the slipcover and booklet. This got reissued earlier this year with the same discs, which is unusual. Normally when they reissue them, they get rid of one of the discs when it's a 2-disc like this. But more importantly, it's got the booklet, and then we've got an art card there for the Dead Centre, which I've never heard of. But after that new release came out, I think in April, not new release, but reissue came out in April, these were still trading in CEX for, I think, about £20. No, 30. No, they were selling for 30. So I think they were trading for about 20. A bit of a broken case there. I hadn't noticed that before. Oh well. So I got a couple of these on the buy one get one free on Zavvi and traded them in. Not this version, the version that didn't have the slip or the booklet. So yeah, I'm happy to grab this. I had a look on eBay. Some of these sold on eBay quite recently with this edition with the slipcover, around about 30 quid. So yeah, I'm really happy that that's another one I've added to the collection. This again I went for, hoping that it would have the slipcover. I would have probably bought it anyway, because the price had gone down quite a bit since I last saw it. This is Terminator 2 in 3D. Even though it says £10, it was £8. I guess the price had gone down so recently that at this time they hadn't repriced it. But it came. When I went to the counter, I made sure that I let them know that it was the wrong price on it. And generally, when they scan it, it doesn't necessarily come up with the price that's there. It comes up with the price that's in their system. So if it's gone down, then it comes up with the new price. But also if it's gone up, it comes up with the new price. So you can end up paying more. Although in past experience, when that's happened, when they haven't repriced it with a price that's more expensive, they generally let you have it at the price that it's showing on the sticker. But yeah, I got this for £8. Oddly enough, it came in a black case. Now, I know this is a 2-disc because it's got the 3D and the 2D. I thought, oh, a black case, but not only a black case, a 2-disc black case, which 2 of the last 3 that I need in the 88 films that I'm converting to black cases are 2-discers, so I thought this would be brilliant. I didn't check inside because there's no digital copy, so there was no reason for me, in hindsight, maybe I should have checked inside, but I didn't. So when I got in, it actually wasn't even when I got in, when I took it to the counter and he opened it up to put the discs in, I saw that it had a blue flipper tray, and I thought, oh well. I kind of wanted to avoid doing that. I thought I already had something else, which I'll show you in a moment, to for one of them. And I thought this will work for the other one. You know, I'll have a black case with a black flipper tray. But no, wasn't to be. I watched this on Saturday and absolutely loved it. I mean, the film is fantastic anyway, but the 3D was incredible. For a movie that has been converted after the fact to 3D, it was great. And they haven't done the entire movie. They've only done scenes, a good proportion of the scenes where it's needed. There are a few scenes, you know, close up, or like when they're in the car and they're driving, and there's not much in the background for to be worth doing the 3D. Some scenes like that, they've not bothered to do the 3D, and that didn't worry me. There's many times you're watching a movie and the 3D just seems to disappear. You can't see it anymore. But when you take the glasses off, if you've ever seen a 3D movie, when you take the glasses off, you get a blurry picture because you've got one picture on top of another picture, just slightly moved across on top of each other. So it looks really blurry. But you could see with this, on certain scenes, if you took the glasses off, you just got a clear picture, and it was obviously not in 3D at that moment. And that didn't really bother me, because what they did with the 3D in this was, like I say, it was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's only the theatrical cut, which, that's fine. It's a long time since I've seen the theatrical cut. As we were going through it, it dawned on me at a certain point, why didn't I see that scene? And then there was another scene, that scene wasn't in, and of course it dawned on me that those scenes weren't originally in the movie. They were put in for the was it the Ultimate Edition or the Director's Cut, or the Ultimate Director, I don't know, but it was the extended edition anyway. That's I think is on the other Blu-ray that I've got, and the HD DVD that I've got, and probably on a DVD release somewhere as well. But yeah, I enjoyed that. Talking with James a few weeks ago now on from Movie Mad on Facebook Messenger, and we're talking about making double cases from singles, and something he showed me which I'd never considered: DVDs. Now, this is a DVD I bought quite a while ago, and you might remember there was a disc missing. Now, in this particular DVD, that flipper tray looks very, very much like a Blu-ray flipper tray. And it looks like that because I haven't actually gone extensively into it, but I reckon they probably came from a similar mould. And if I take this out of here and put it in here, it's a perfect fit. Now the plastic doesn't quite match because this is more of a shiny gloss, whereas this is more of a dull matte finish. But you know what? It looks infinitely better than a blue one. So I need to go through some more of my DVDs and see if I can find another one of these black flipper trays that will fit. So I thought that was a great tip. So thanks for that, James. Now where to put the slip, there it is. Now another thing that I spotted when I was looking online before I went to Northallerton, a steelbook. Now if you've been watching a while, you know how I feel about steelbooks. I used to love them. I collected, at one point I was buying literally every new steelbook that came out. Now this was back in the days when you maybe got one a month at best. On a really, really busy month you maybe get two. Some months you wouldn't get any. And then Play.com came along and started bringing out 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 new steelbooks a month. And at that point it got ridiculous. And I stopped collecting, and I actually sold my entire collection. I think this was about 2012. But then I got the bug again, literally the following year, and bought back most of what I'd had previously. The one thing that really hated about that whole thing was I had Iron Man 1 and 2 on pre-order from Play.com when they were $11.99, and it was exactly at that time that I got sick and I cancelled those pre-orders, and then those steelbooks just went. I think they were the first, or amongst the first steelbooks that just went ridiculously high in price, and I never ever got them. And then I started, I started collecting steelbooks again the following year, and I got up to a point where I must have had 450 steelbooks, and I just got so jaded with them. Again, it was Xavi this time that killed it for me. They went absolutely potty with steelbooks, just releasing any old title, not just new releases, but then reissuing titles that have been out before on steelbook, and then reissuing them again, and then other titles that probably shouldn't have even had a steelbook in the first place, getting a second release on steelbook. And I think, oh, this is ridiculous. So at that point I stopped, and I just kept the Arrow steelbooks that I had, which I've since sold, and the Star Wars ones. And I was debating quite recently whether I should even get rid of the Star Wars ones. I don't really need them, but I kind of like collecting all the different editions of Star Wars, as I'm sure you've seen. I mean, just with this, I've got all those Rogue ones in there. And there was a Star Wars steelbook that I honestly couldn't believe the price of. And again, I thought, if this is there and it's complete and it's in decent condition, it's mine. And it was, and it is, and now it is. It was there, it was in decent condition, and it is mine. For £12, the 4K, and this again, something I said that I wasn't going to do, 4K steelbook of The Last Jedi, complete, with the J card. I had them open it up. He wasn't happy because he had this sticker on, slightly over, but had the sticker on here, and then he had the big round one on there as well, and he just couldn't get into it. He was trying to get into the bottom here to pull that out. And I'm thinking, this isn't going to work. What he was trying to do was to open that flap and then just slide the steelbook out from underneath. And I thought, that isn't going to work because your stickers are stuck to the top of the J card there. And of course he realised eventually that wasn't going to happen, and he just took the stickers off so I could look at it. But it was all in massively awesome condition. Massively awesome? What the hell is that? It was in excellent condition. There was no dents or there was no scratches that I could see. So for 12 quid, even though I've been collecting Star Wars, I kind of made an agreement with myself, I guess, that I wasn't going to get the 4K ones because I don't need the 4K ones. I can't play the 4K ones. But then I've got the VCDs. Now, I can play those because I have a player, but I don't. I never will. But I've also got I've got a collection of Laserdiscs, which again, I can't play them. I don't have a player. So I guess if I can find them cheap enough, it looks like I'm getting the 4Ks as well. Oh dear. So we'll whip that off. I'm sure everybody's seen this. As far as I can tell, I haven't looked because I do have the 3D steelbook. But once you take this J card off, I think this steelbook is identical to the 3D steelbook. There's nothing on here that identifies it as anything other than a Blu-ray. There's no 4K, and same with the 3D. There's no 3D markings on that one. There's no 4K markings on this one. I think it's just the same steelbook. Outside, obviously, in this one, you've got the 4K disc instead of the 3D disc, and the J card's slightly different. That it's folds over the top, whereas on the other one it stops. It stops there. Oh, we've got another sticker on the back as well. I'll do that later. So yeah, that's another Star Wars steelbook for the collection. So looks like I'm actually going to keep those. This one I got mostly for the black case, but I didn't have the movie. I didn't love this movie, if I'm honest. Grimsby, it's another Sacha Baron Cohen movie. I don't hate his movies, for the most part at least. Ali G, I think, is probably my favourite. Even Bruno, I enjoyed Bruno. It was just Borat that I didn't like, to the point that I couldn't finish it. This, I got through it. I didn't think it was particularly great. There's a few very funny scenes. You know, there's scenes in it that you just can't help out laughing out loud. But yeah, it just isn't a great film. But it's got a black case, and I need one more black case. I just got to find a flipper tray to go inside for that 2-disc Puppet Master that I need to put in there. And then finally, again, for the cases, I got a couple more Hunger Games, 50p each for a double red case. Yeah, I'm happy about that. And then finally, the one and only charity shop that I raided while I was in Northallerton was... what was it? I took a picture to remind me because I knew I'd forget, and I forgot. And if I can do this without actually stopping the recording. Yeah, it's a charity shop that I've never heard of before. Blue Cross. Pets change lives, we change theirs. Yeah, like I say, I've never heard of it. Whether it's an independent one, I don't know. But they had quite a lot in the way of DVDs. They had one Blu Ray, which I grabbed for 50p. I thought, what the heck? This will go into the prize pile for Blu Ray Bullet Brit. Les Miserables. Comes with the slip cover, and I believe there's digital copies in here. Now, for what I remember with mine, it's the same code for both iTunes and Ultraviolet, and it can be redeemed on both, or at least it used to be able to be redeemed on both. It's a universal one, so maybe it'll still work. It's just some of the ones that say they have to be done at Flickster, which this one isn't. So that code, assuming it hasn't expired and it hasn't been redeemed on both, will redeem on both Ultraviolet and iTunes. Now, if it's been redeemed on one but not the other, it will still redeem on the one that it hasn't. Again, as long as it hasn't expired. So anyone wants to give that a try on either one or the other, both, just let me know in the comments below what happened, whether it worked, whether it was expired, or whether it's already been redeemed. So that was 50p. Now for £1, I got a season of that 70s show. It's been series 8. They had, now I don't know how many there are of these, but I mean, I thought there was only 6, but it turns out there isn't. I already have seasons 1 to 5, so I didn't have 6, 7 and 8. Like I say, I thought there was only 6. They had they had all 8 seasons in the charity shop for £1 a piece. The first 7 were Australian releases, and they weren't matching this. They were just in a standard DVD case with there were 4 discers, obviously with the Australian artwork and the Australian ratings. Had they had a full set matching, then I might have got them. Also, if I didn't have the first 5 seasons already, then again I might have got them. But because I've got seasons 1 to 5 matching this, I decided that not to bother. I'll just find the other 2 at some point. But yeah, for £1, another box set that I didn't have. And then finally, these are 50p each. I found another snapper. This one being Gone with the Wind. Oh, this is a double-sided disc once again, but I think this one's double-sided probably because the film's so long. You've got to have half on one side and half on the other. And then last but not least, we've got Series 3, the final series, Lie to Me. What a great show this was. I really, really enjoyed this one. It was on. I don't think I've watched any of it since it aired. I used to watch it week to week, which I can't imagine doing that these days, although I have done with a very few things. But even stuff like The Boys on Amazon, I waited until they'd all uploaded or they were all available before I started watching it. Yeah, 50p. So that's it. Bit of a mess. Another stupidly long video, but that's how it is, I suppose. So yeah, that's everything I've picked up over the last week. Yeah, I think so. I think it's only been a week. We're into November now. November the 2nd today. Black Friday this month. So I still have one really nice pre-order that's looking at Amazon. It's releasing now on the 15th or the 16th of November. So I don't expect that for a couple of weeks. It must be we're now the 2nd. So it's 14 days from today. So yeah, it'll be the 16th. I don't have anything else. I've not bought anything off eBay. I'm going to be looking into those Star Wars though at 3 for £18, so maybe I'll get some of them. I can't see them being any cheaper than that even on Black Friday. But other than that, I'm going to take it very easy this month if I can. I mean, we're going into lockdown on Thursday, so that will help. But I do intend, I'm not at work until 2 o'clock today, so I do intend to go into town this morning. Just have a look around the charity shops. Maybe do Darlington tomorrow and Middlesbrough on Wednesday. Just get the last few bits of shopping in. Not shopping, but, you know, DVD hunting, if you like. See what I can find. But then after that, depends what I get today. If I spend a stupid amount today, hopefully I won't, then maybe I won't go out the rest of the week. But yeah, it's going to be all online this Black Friday. HMV will be shut. The supermarkets will be open, but the supermarkets are pretty much worthless these days when it comes to buying Blu-rays. You get the odd bargain. You know, those Running Mans that I got recently, they've been a good source of vouchers over the last few weeks. But other than that, yeah, there hasn't been much. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to say thank you very much once again for watching. If you got to the end, you know what to do. And I will see you in the next one. Ta-ra.